It's a time to take a cup of tea and biscuits. Start your story here onwards. So, what's the catch? I asked, confused at Gabriel's immediate agreement to my plan. That's not the right question to ask, he responded sharply, his still powerful eyes boring into mine. I took a deep breath in, trying to remain calm, in control. I was trained for this kind of situation, I just hadn't expected it to happen that way. I had hoped I'd be given more time, a few more chances to prove myself, to gain his trust. More time to figure things out, more time to learn what not to say. Speaking to Gabriel was like walking on a tightrope. It required skill, patience, and an immense amount of luck. In that moment, though, I knew my luck had run out. I tried to change my tactic. Don't ignore what he had said, but don't respond to it. Find a different way, change the tune, don't aggravate him further, I told myself. Okay, Gabriel. I get you. I'm sorry. I should have known that was a stupid question to ask. Let me rephrase. How do I know you're not going to blow up the minute I agree to let you come with me? Shit. I shouldn't have said that either. Out of all the things I could have said, triggering him like this was the stupidest thing I could have done. Before I had a chance to explain or even mumble yet another excuse, Gabriel started to laugh. Not just laugh. Howl. He howled like a wolf, his eyes firmly fixed on me, his prey. His stocky body was shaking in waves, making his laughter sound as uncomfortable as the screeching of the tires on my old Ford Transit. I felt confused. Under normal circumstances, it would have been tempting to join in with this ridiculous attempt of making an uncomfortable situation funny. This was no comedy show, though. This was not about laughing your head off. This was not normal. I was serious, I was here to do a job, and he knew that. Him laughing that way, at me, I feared was just the beginning, to screw me over, to delay what I needed to do, hindering my efforts to get it right. I folded my arms across my chest, so that he couldn't see my shaking hands. I focused, took a deep breath in, curled my lips and resisted my own urge to give him some of my mind. He stopped laughing as abruptly as he'd started. Gabriel wiped the spit off the side of his mouth, walked over to where I was standing and whispered into my ear if I'd wanted to blow up and take your lovely head with me. I would have already done it, sweetie pie. His hot breath burnt against my neck, the stale smell of it overpowering my poor nostrils, which still weren't used to the smell of violence and despair. Instinctively, my head moved away from his, seeking space, seeking solace from his invasion of my privacy. What is it you want then? I asked, through gritted teeth, still trying to remain composed, calm and in control. That's a better question. It sounds less like you're trying to blackmail me. I want you to be nice to me. I want you to excite me. Gabriel whispered, with his face still too close to mine. I'm always nice to you, but I'm not sure what it is you want. I said, my voice trembling, my eyes scanning the room. My brain working overtime trying to figure out whether it wasn't too late for me to simply run. Gabriel sensed my unease and responded quicker than my thoughts allowed me to. His right hand gripped my arm hard and pulled me in even further towards him. Now listen, you piece of unnecessary existence. I want you to be mega nice to me today. Like nicer than you've ever been before. Gabriel held on to me and waited until I was finally able to look at him. I studied his face, searching for clues to his demands in the deep lines that were edged across his face. Lines that were a reminder of his age and the reckless life he'd lived until then. Despite having known him for months, his response to my seemingly innocent request still overpowered me. I should have known that in Gabriel's world, nothing was ever free. Favors weren't given, they were earned. I had asked him to do something for me before laying down what I was prepared to do for him. I was at his mercy. I was his favor. Do this for me, and I will do whatever you want me to do. Gabriel said, his face breaking out in a grin.